And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
Oh no, you caught me. Caught me taking a break on the job.
What are you doing?
Well, it's been a hot day working, so I'm enjoying my RC and a moon pie. And unless probably you are an old-timer or grew up back in the day with the old-time country southern folks, you probably don't know what an RC and a moon pie is. An RC stands for Royal Crown Cola, and they've been making these things since 1905. And a moon pie is just kind of like a marshmallow with graham cracker like stuff around it, with chocolate on it. A moon pie And this is a unique combination of an RC and a moon pie. So back in the old days, in the 20s and 30s and 40s, the 50s, 60s, all through the years, these old country stores was in every community. And on Saturday evenings, a lot of the farmers and the local folks, for a treat, would go down to the local general store in the community. They'd ride their mules or tractors or old trucks or whatever they had and go down to the local country store in the community and get an RC and a moon pie for a treat. And they'd all sit around outside the old country store and enjoy a Royal Crown Cola and a moon pie. And these things are still around if you know where to look. Of course, now a lot of them's in cans, and you can probably still find them in glass bottles. I know there's a couple of old country stores in our county here that still has the old RC Royal Crown Colas in the little glass bottles, and that's probably what the old timers had before cans and plastic and all that stuff come out, and all the glass bottles was recycled. So yeah, you caught me sitting on my tractor taking a break off the clock, drinking my RC and eating my moon pie.
You could at least share.
If you've never had this combination, you don't know what you're missing. Oh, that's good stuff. Howdy folks, Darren here at Cross Timbers Farm. Welcome back to 8th Day Chronicles. We're glad to have you back with another one of our videos, and it's been another hot, humid day here. We've had rain showers on and off all day today. It would rain and for about 30 minutes, and then the sun come out, and an hour later it rained for 30 more minutes, and then the sun came out. It's been that way on and off all day, but I think finally this evening we're getting a break in the rain, and I see some blue sky in a few places. The clouds are starting to break up, so maybe we're going to have a nice clear evening. Back when we first bought our Kubota tractor, and it is a Kubota L3200 four-wheel drive compact tractor, and when we bought the tractor, it came with a Kubota LA524 front loader. And it also had a bucket with it. The bucket has a tooth bar attached to it, which I really like. The tooth bar really aids in getting under mulch and sand and gravel and things of that nature. So I really like the tooth bar on it. However, one of the very first things that we started shopping for when we bought this tractor and got it home and used it just a little bit, one of the very first things we started looking for that all my tractor friends told me that was their most used piece of front end loader equipment, an implement for the front of your loader, was pallet forks. So every friend I had recommended that I start looking for a set of pallet forks, that I would use them more than anything else as far as the front end loader goes. And you know, they were right. Since we bought these pallet forks, we use these pallet forks more than anything else on the front loader on this tractor. Pallet forks come in so handy around a farm, picking up lumber, moving hay. Those mini round bales we use, these forks are adjustable in and out, and I can slide them in and stack round bales on the front, moving just really anything around the farm it needs moved, within limits of the weight, of course, weight for your tractor. One thing you need to bear in mind anytime you're using pallet forks on a tractor, and on really on a front end loader on anything, especially pallet forks where they stick way out here. Anytime you bring the weight from your quick connect, the very end of your loader, when you bring it outward and bring that weight out, I would dare to say every foot that you come out reduces the pickup weight capacities of your front loader. Every foot that you keep coming out, it's less and less. So that weight is starting to get way out on the end, and I've picked stuff up with these and actually lifted my back tires way off the ground, done a headstand. So just be aware of the limitations of pallet forks. Use them for moving things that they're designed to do, and just use your head and be safe. And they're great. We use these pallet forks a lot. Matter of fact, when we're not haying or something where I need additional weight on the front of this tractor, because the bucket's a lot heavier. When I've got my little mini round baler or the drum mower and I'm mowing hay, I usually take the pallet forks off and put the bucket on, just for additional weight on the front of my tractor. I could use some suitcase weights as well or whatever, but I go ahead and I take the pallet forks off in the frame and I stick the bucket back on here. Our tractor does have a quick attach system, which is super nice. I would never recommend anyone buying a tractor without a quick attach system. But anyway, we put the bucket on the front for the additional weight to offset the weight on the rear of the tractor for the baler and the drum mower. And it helps, and if that's not enough, then you can load rocks, sandbags, whatever down in your bucket for some additional weight, or add suitcase weights. But the bucket really helps. But other than that, if we're not using the bucket to spread something or using it for weight, for haying, then the bucket comes off and the pallet forks here is what stays on our tractor 90% of the time. We really like them. We can move hay bales around with them, like I said, and move pallets, move rocks, you know, anything that you need to pick up and move that you can get pallet forks under. It is fantastic. It'll save you a lot of backache and work trying to move things by hand. So, in searching for pallet forks, we went with the Titan brand pallet forks, and we really like it. It seems to be a well-made implement. They're very strong. The actual frame here of the pallet forks is rated at 4,000 pounds, and the actual forks here, the pair, not a single, but the pair together, are also rated at 4,000 pounds capacity to pick up. Now, that being said, will your tractor pick up 4,000 pounds? Most subcompact tractors and compact tractors, probably not. So these are built well enough to handle anything that your compact tractor or subcompact tractor will pick up. If your compact tractor will pick up X amount of weight, then these forks will handle it, I'm sure. We went with the 42-inch pallet forks. You can get them up to 48 inches, 46, I think up to 48, 4 feet. But we went with the 42-inch. And one reason we did is because the 48-inch, you look at those and you think, oh, okay, yeah, my pallet forks will get under that and pick that up if it's something really long and could be really heavy. And it's a little misleading, because then all of a sudden you've got this weight, like I described earlier, way out here, and you had a false sense of security that your tractor would pick it up because your forks would fit under it. It's just temptation. So we went with a 42-inch pallet forks, and it's more than enough for this tractor. It's worked great. So like I said, they're adjustable, and I'll show you some of the adjustments on the forks where you can slide them in and out. Okay folks, here is the front view of the pallet forks and the frame and the forks. And as you can see, I was alluding to earlier, we have on the front of this pallet fork frame right here, you have grooves that's been cut into this bar ever so often. I'm not real sure how far apart they are, And as you come on over to the right side, the top of the forks right here has pull tabs. You can see they lift up and down. And you pull these up and you can slide your forks back and forth and lock them into whichever groove that you want them in. These are kind of like a quick attach system, sort of, I guess you could say. These here, you just pull up and you can slide it. The bottom is simply hooked by a hook that's welded under, and to take them off is pretty simple. You just pull this fork up, the button here, pull it up and slide the fork over to the middle, to this middle bar right here. And as you can see at the bottom, there's actually a groove cut in it right here, where this bottom hook will then come to here and slide right out. You can just pick the fork up and take it right off the frame. And I'll show you that here in just a moment. One tip we did that we learned from a good friend of ours who is I wouldn't want to say an expert, but really close with tractors, and specifically Kubota tractors. He gave me a tip when I bought my pallet forks. He said, go ahead and get you some yellow or orange spray paint and spray paint the tips of your pallet forks about 4 or 5 inches in yellow or orange spray paint. That way when you're sliding those forks under a pallet or trying to get them right under something perfectly, those tips stick out really good to your vision and you can see them and see where they're at. And that was a fantastic tip. I've also saw that tip on the internet at several different places since then, so it's a pretty popular thing to do apparently. And we did it to ours, and it's made a world of difference of being able to see, especially if you get somewhere a little dusky dark and you're trying to get these forks under something to load it or pick it up. That makes a world of difference. Okay folks, I'm going to demonstrate real quick for you how to remove the pallet forks from the frame. It's a really simple process. Come right here and pull up on your tab. Now these forks are heavy. They're probably close to 100 pounds a piece, so just bear that in mind. And you can see how it slides. Just keep sliding it. I've got this pin pulled up until I get it to that center bar. Now the bottom, see, is loose. It's come out of that groove. I'm in that groove right here where the hook goes under it. So once I come to this groove, now the hook is below this metal frame and will just swing out. Okay, when it swings out, and be prepared to have a good grip because these forks are heavy. Just pick straight up. That's all they are to it. And you can see how the hooks are. There's the bottom and there's the top. As a general rule, we don't leave our pallet forks attached to the frame. They stick out, like I said, 42 inches, and we keep our tractor parked in the barn out of the weather. And when we come into the barn, I'm in and out of the barn every day, multiple times a day usually. And the pallet forks sticking out are just kind of in the way when you want to walk around the tractor. I've bumped into them several times and almost trip over them when I keep them lowered. And so out of this convenience, when I'm not using the forks, I just set them off and set them in the barn on a pallet, and they stay there out of the weather. And the frame is all usually attached to the front of my loader 80% of the time. The forks on it maybe 20% of the time. But overall, as far as a front loader attachment, a set of pallet forks gets used around here probably 90% of the time, and the bucket 10%. Except maybe in peak haying season. the bucket will go on and stay on until the hay's cut and baled. But other than that, the pallet forks stay on. If you have a compact tractor or a subcompact tractor or a full-size, 150 horsepower machine, a set of pallet forks around a farm, they're invaluable, and it'll save you an achy back at the end of the night from loading stuff by hand and trying to pick up heavy stuff. And anytime I see something material-wise that I need to move, or I'm going to be piling up in a certain spot that I'm going to need to move rocks or some cinder blocks or whatever, of course I watch the weight. I don't overload it, but I keep several old pallets around, and I'll just throw a pallet down and pile the rocks or the cinder blocks or whatever on that pallet. Then I can just go grab the tractor and slide it right under that pallet and pick it up and take it wherever I need to take it and dump it. Like I said, it's a great implement. This one is manufactured by Titan Implements, and we're very happy with it. It's been a good investment, a very good investment. Thanks to a friend of mine who recommended me to go. One of the first things to do, he said, go get you a set of pallet forks. You'll really use them. And he was right. We have. So if you don't have a set of pallet forks, I'd recommend you to look into them. They're really handy around a farm, and I think you would use it probably just as much as I do. Thank you for being with us again this evening here at Cross Timbers Farm. Thank you for coming to the 8th Day Chronicles channel. We really enjoy producing content and showing life on a small family farm, and it's been a journey so far, a new journey for us, and we're excited about it, and we look forward to bringing you a lot more content. If you are so inclined, we would sure appreciate it if you'd subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell and give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate you watching our videos, and it's going to really encourage us to keep going forward and making more videos to share here at Cross Timbers Farm. I hope y'all have a good evening. God bless, and we'll catch you on the next one.